Live. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're over here at YouTube. So welcome here on YouTube. We just bounced over from TikTok. TikTok, we were over there talking a little bit. We'll talk about some of the similar information over here. We'll talk briefly about the state of Washington too, here on YouTube. So welcome everybody. And we'll talk about Washington. We're going to bounce around a little bit. The state of Washington is a couple states, a couple counties in the state of Washington is having their tax deed auction. And in the tax deed auction, you're going to be bidding to own the property in the state of Washington. And in the state of Washington, what happens there is the auction you're going to bid is to buy the property in the state of Washington. To buy the property, okay? And in the state of Washington, it's basically whoever pays the higher amount of money will win the property. You can see, you can hear apologize, they probably can hear the lawnmower in the background, but I'm walking on the other side of the street. So we apologize there for you, okay? So state of Washington is a deed auction. A deed auction, you're gonna be bidding to own the property. Whoever pays the highest amount of money will win the property in the state of Washington. So you gotta remember that. Whoever pays the highest amount of money will win the property in the state of Washington. Now, some of them will be online and some will be in person. You as a tax sale investor, you gotta do some homework. You gotta figure out, okay, is it in person? Is it online? That's your responsibility. It's very important to know that. And you should check with the local community, local city, code violations. Are there code violations here? How about building and safety department? All these departments we should be checking on to see, are there violations there on the property? You can buy the property before the auction, contact the owner directly. You can buy it at the auction, or you can buy it after the auction. Many ways you got to think about it. Now, if you buy it after the auction, it's a deed auction, a little harder because somebody has a new property. You can do the overage. That's the excess money that the county may have that you could possibly contact the owner, relatives, and go into a relationship with them for the overage. But that's completely different. All right. So I was watching a video the other day. I was on YouTube, and they had the Tony Robbins had his 3-day event with Dean Gretzky. Now, a lot of the information they're going to give is fundamental for the free event, okay? They kind of say the same situations on the 3 events. But if you're focused and you say, what can I learn from what they're saying? I mean, I bought his books before. I bought his seminars before. They're a little expensive. I haven't paid this. And there's some things I don't agree with. I don't agree of him charging or Dean charging $25,000 to $50,000. I really don't. No matter if it's a mastermind or whatever. That's a lot of money that you're asking a person to pay. And it's not like the person's not committed. But there's people who are committed that don't have that money. So, anyways, talk to you very quickly about what happened. Tony Robbins was talking a story. And he mentioned this a number of times when he comes on. I think it's a recording he has. But it is something that does give you education, gives you information. When he was 17 years old, before anybody knew him, and a lot of these people, right, who become very successful, before anybody knows any of these people at all, they always do things in the background that people don't know. When I was in Mazatlan and I read my book in New Jersey tax, the auctions over there, I wanted to read the book, and I'm taking my notes down also. I read the book 2 times back and forward, 2 times, highlighted and everything, and got into the third one. I started taking notes there. Now this is when I'm on vacation in Mazatlan. I'm reading while I'm at the dinner table. My wife's not excited, or I'm reading at nighttime outside, overlooking the ocean. I'm reading there, but I'm learning more information. But what he mentioned, that he got invited to, he talked to a gentleman who's a very successful real estate investor. He says, how were you so successful? Okay. How were you so successful in real estate investing when I heard you were such a loser by my dad? Okay. So the guy basically said, okay, I was still, things change in life. It's like me changing life. He said, well, I went to the seminar guy. What's a seminar? Well, a seminar is a guy who will go there. You spend money. He'll teach you information that took him 20 years to learn, and you'll learn it probably in a couple hours. He said, really? He said, I'd like to do that. He says, okay. He says, yeah. He says, I can get you in. He said, okay, I'd love to go. It's $35. He said, well, I don't have $35. He said, well, I can't get you in then. So then Tony Robbins said, man, let me borrow the money. Let me borrow the money, the $35. I'll be the best student there. I said, no, I'm not going to let you borrow my money. You can come up with $35 yourself. You committed you want to spend the $35. So that was like a week worth of pay back then. $35, he says it's worth about $250 now. I think it's worth more. You're talking 40 years ago. I believe it's worth more. Okay? I believe it's worth, a good $500 to $1,000 now. That's what I think. So he went there and he took notes, just like I did at Mazatlan. Reminded me when I was back in 17, 18 years old, when I went to the Robert Allen event or the Carlton Sheets program. I took notes in this book, in this New Jersey book. Even the book was here. I kept notes. I read notes, to highlight. I said, what does that mean? Right there. Go back. What does it mean? And this is exactly what he did when he went there. He would take notes. So every time a guy, he'd be saying words, he'd be writing down, even though the, and, it's, whatever, he would write down notes because he paid $35 for like 2 hours of a class. Yep. So anyways, after the class, Tony Robbins says, hey, I really want to work for you. This is, his mentor, Jim Rohn. He mentions him many times. He said, no, you can't work with me. You got to learn more. I said, oh, okay, how much going to learn? Well, I got $1,500. $1,500? I don't got $1,500. I said, well, then nothing I can say. That's what we charge. He says, if you can lend me the $1,500, I'll be. Said, no, so I'm not going to lend you. I'm not your bank. I'm not going to lend you money and hope you're going to pay me back later. I'm not in the business of that. Lending money, huh? Isn't that what we see? College students going to college. Can you lend me money, please, so I can go to college? I got no money after I've been working in the summertime. I got no money there. Mom and Dad, can you lend me money to go to college? Can I get free grants, loans? I went to college. I worked a work study job, but I made some money there. I made some money in the summertime too. But anyway, so he went to banks trying to get loans at 17, 18 years old. The banks said no. But there was a lady who did believe in him and gave him the $1,500. Now, when he paid the $1,500, he was dedicated. He was committed. He wanted to learn from other successful people. And Tony Robbins said, and this is something I do agree with him, He says, unless you pay money, you're not committed. Wow, that was interesting. Unless you pay money, you're not committed. Now, they're going to do these free classes, which is what I do. They did a 3-day class. And a lot of people show up through, around the whole world. And they know that, okay, they got to spend the money now, and they'll get the money later with people joining. And there's going to be some people who will pay it was $1,000, and then from there, they're going to upsell it to $20,000. I already know that. There's going to be some people who will pay. And so now, they were talking about Pace Mobley. He's making more money in his education classes than he does on his real estate. Same with Dean Gretzky. He makes more money on his education classes now than his real estate. Because it's growing so much. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to go to college. What would you prefer to pay? $75,000 a year or $1,000 a year? I pay the $1,000 a year. As long as I know I'm committed, I want to learn. That's what I would do. But a lot of people pay the $75,000 because they take out the loans, right? Yep. So if you want to watch our free event, taxsalesmaster.com, taxsalesmaster.com, we have a free 15-minute video. Go and watch it. It's only going to take you 15 minutes. Then if you're committed, you can join our membership, $59 a month. Cancel when you want to cancel. That's when we believe people are committed. $59 is a drop in the bucket. I see these guys who are going around, they're not charging $59. They're charging $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 to do the tax sales. And I'm learning different states. I mean, I won't do Colorado. I'll tell you that. I won't do Colorado now. Colorado's coming out with their new law that they're changing the rules of how they do the tax sales in Colorado. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So there's certain states I won't do because I don't like how their auction works. Some other ones I will like. I do like Mississippi. They haven't changed it yet. Mississippi is much more stern and firm that they may not change it. So it's going to be interesting. I like Arizona. I like Illinois, New Jersey, some other states. Okay. So anyways, that's it for this morning on the live. It's about 12, 13 minutes. Appreciate everybody watching us. Again, if you're interested, go to taxsalesmaster.com. Watch the free video, 15 minutes. I'm going to be down in Bellflower, California, okay, this Thursday for this summertime. It's going to be like every Thursday in the summertime. I'll have my booth there, my table, my spinning wheel, okay? You want to stop by, say hello, okay? And spin. Maybe you might win some prizes too, okay? All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Bye-bye.